Let's begin with the number that should stop every American in their tracks, 40 trillion. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around this. America's total public debt, $40 trillion, first time in history. The Congressional Budget Office now projects another 1.9 trillion deficit this year. Annual net interest costs are expected to exceed $1 trillion. Think about that. We're spending more than $1 trillion every year just servicing the money the government has already borrowed. Essence says that the way out of this is to grow our way out of it. Listen.
The 40 trillion is a big number. It is smaller when we look at the publicly traded amount because our Social Security funds and other government entities hold a substantial amount. And what we're going to do, we're going to have to grow our way out of this.
Okay, but we're not in a world war. Some might argue what's going on with Iran and Russia is a world war, but not in the way that we think of like World War I, World War II, right? It isn't happening during a Great Depression. We're not in a Great Depression. It isn't even happening during an official recession. So we have to grow our way out of it? Washington is now running crisis level deficits as a permanent feature of the American economy. So if our economy is booming, as Trump claims, then how do you grow your way out of it? I don't get it. Like, if we're booming right now, how do you, and we're not growing our way out of it, how do you get there? So that's the first major warning sign. The second major warning sign appeared in the bond market this week. Investors have been selling long-term U.S. government debt, driving the yield on the 30-year Treasury above 5.3%, its highest level since 2007. And that matters because these yields help determine borrowing costs throughout the economy. Mortgage rates, corporate loans, government refinancing, countless other interest rates are connected to what happens in this market. And when those yields began moving sharply higher, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stepped in. The Treasury announced that it would at least double the size of certain buyback operations for bonds in the 10 to 30-year range. Bessent said that those purchases could become even larger. Why would they need to become larger? Well, because it didn't do shit this week. Like right after he announced it, had a little effect and then went right back. President Trump was asked about this, and he basically admitted, if this doesn't work, we're just going to have to use our U.S. military.
We have many types of intervention. That's one. The ultimate intervention is our military. And if we have to use that, we will.
What? Okay, what? So the U.S. military is going to solve the bond market problem?